this video, we're going to look at leveraging Autodesk Docs for InfoDrainage file management. So who is this for? Really, this focuses on anyone that is trying to improve their file management. A project manager that is looking to better organize their project files, maybe a multidisciplinary project team that's looking to collaborate on submittals by being able to mark up documents or share files, or engineers looking to share templates across projects and teams. The workflow we're going to look at today is exporting directly from Civil 3D to create an InfoDrainage file. We're going to save that file on Autodesk Docs. We're then going to open the file directly from Docs. Then we're going to bring in some different templates that are saved on Docs directly into InfoDrainage. Now that we've discussed the workflow, let's see what it looks like in practice. I'm on the Autodesk Construction Cloud, and I'm going to go ahead and go into my Docs files. As we can see on the left, you have different tabs for files, reviews, transmittals, and members. Under the members tab, you could go in and see who else is on the project team, as well as see who the project administrator is. The project administrator can grant different rights, like read-only or allowing users to edit. On the folder tab, you can see your structure of your folders and then the different files that are tied to the folder that you've selected. Today we're going to start with water drops. And as you can see, we have 2 DWGs and 3 InfoDrainage templates. So we're not going to focus on DWGs and what you can do with them in Docs today, but just for an example, I could open the DWG, I could do some measurements, add some markups, and this is just a small portion of the capabilities available within Autodesk Docs. What we're going to focus on today is leveraging some of these templates as well as adding an InfoDrainage file directly from these DWGs. Now this is what the online platform looks like, but you also have the option to install what's known as the desktop connector. The desktop connector allows a link between your desktop and your Autodesk Docs. So as we can see here, those same files that we saw in the online platform are also available in the desktop connector. So we're going to start in Civil 3D. We're going to go ahead and open one of those DWGs that we have in Docs. So as we can see, we're going through Windows, Users, all the way down to Autodesk Docs, or I could open Autodesk Docs from here. Go and find that water drops file, and we have our 2 DWGs. I'm going to start with the top one and go ahead and open it. Now that I've opened the file, as we can see in the desktop connector, this is now locked. What this means is, like any other DWG that was saved on your C drive or saved on your local computer, if someone were to try and open this file, it would open in read only. So as you can see, they're linked together and we're using that DWG file so no one else can. Next, we're going to walk through the exporting process. We're going to export to InfoDrainage. And so our first step is going to be select where we want this to be saved. And of course, for this, we're going to save it on Docs. Go ahead and export the surface. And this is going to take us to the parts mapping. So as we see here, we have some parts that are already in there. But what if we didn't? What if this was empty? Well, we can go ahead and open, and in our Docs, we can open a parts mapping file. And when we open this, the information is going to be brought in. So not just the DWG is saved on Docs, but you can also save mapping files and some other file types that we are going to look at. So now that we're done here, we're going to go ahead and press finish. And this is exporting the connections. And now, as we can see, if I slide over the desktop connector, our water drops Docs InfoDrainage design file and the surface file were both created. If we go to the online, as we can see, we can see that it is locked. The DWG is locked just like our desktop connector app, as well as those 2 files have been created. Now we're going to look at the InfoDrainage side. We're going to go ahead and open that design file directly from Autodesk Docs. We're going to go ahead and bring in the catchment areas, change some of the templates, and add the rainfall, all leveraging the data directly from Autodesk Docs. Now that our file is open, we can see that our network was brought in, as well as our surface directly from the Civil 3D file. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is bring in some inflow areas from the CAD file that we used. So if we go ahead and open the file we were just using, click through, and we're going to call all of these urban residential developed. So we can see that 10 were imported, all of our files were brought in. We go ahead and open one. The area was brought in, as well as some of the base information that was tied to this template. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is add a template file. So if we go to Object Templates, as we can see, this information is empty. We're going to go ahead and open Waterdrop's template file. And now we have a new catchment area. So now if we come to this corner that we were just looking at, as we can see, it's based on the SCS method and all of that information that's built in, as well as the percent impervious. If we come to this area and we change our template to the new catchment area and press OK. Now when we open it, now it's switched to the time of concentration because all of this information was saved within the template. So that information was brought directly in. So the next thing we're going to do is look at our rainfall. As we can see from our rainfall, we don't have any in there yet, and so there's a couple different options that we can do. We could go ahead and go into the NOAA Atlas 14. We could select new. We could choose an area and walk through those steps. But let's say we're working at a project in Richmond, Virginia. We've done multiple of these and we have a template saved. So now if I open the NOAA Atlas 14 example and press OK. Now, if I go into the design, as we can see, NOAA Atlas 14, it's placed in Richmond. And we can see the different return periods that were added and storm durations. And now if I go to choose rainfall and choose NOAA, that information has been brought through. So as you can see, a lot of information can be saved on Autodesk Docs, whether it's CAD files or InfoDrainage files and InfoDrainage templates, and all of these can be leveraged in order to improve file management, improve file sharing, and have a way to ensure you're working off the latest information. Now that we've walked through the workflow, we've discussed it, I hope you can see some of the benefits. The main one being, like we talked about at the beginning, is really trying to improve file management. This also allows you to leverage the templatization available within InfoDrainage and being able to share that across different projects or across teams. And of course, being able to improve collaboration by having people being able to access the same documents. We hope you enjoyed this video. We look forward to seeing you next time.